Nnamdi Kanu is expressing displeasure. I do not think that it is on the contrary, because he's human. And as a human, there are certain things that sometimes gets at you and you look back and ask yourself, why am I in this situation? What are these issues that I need to deal with, and why have I not dealt with it? But again, like his lawyer said, if you've looked at all that and it's not within your power to change the situation, you either become recalcitrant, rebellious, do something stupid to get the attention of everyone, or you just develop the right attitude to deal with the situation at that point. I usually tell people that if expressing yourself about a situation is going to exactly how you feel emotionally about a certain situation is going to create the wrong impression, if you can, don't walk away. If you cannot walk away and you have to force yourself to stay in that situation, like in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, because there's a way he will react, it will be taken out of context, of course. We're talking about the leader of IPOB here. So the good thing is that, like a lawyer Jumako said, in as much as he is not happy and all of that, but it's what it is. It's been shifted to 14th of September, and that's going to be there until further notice. So the thing about Nnamdi Kanu's case again is no one really understands the reason why the government is going about this, the to and fro, the rigmarole, the shenanigans playing out. What exactly is the situation? The man is even asking you to send him to Kuje prison. He just wants to leave the SS facility. Why don't you take him to a place at least that is easier for him to know, okay, I'm in prison? Why don't you just give a verdict, do something? Oh, so let's know, okay, you have freed Nnamdi Kanu following the in support of the appeal court ruling in October, or you have imprisoned him 100 years, 1 million, whatever you need to do. But can there just be an end to this? I'm honestly worried, because this is looking like it's become a conscious act of provocation. What will his people do? Are his followers being forced subconsciously by the government of Nigeria to go into violence? Are you trying to frustrate them to the point where it becomes clear that they have no choice but to fight the system any which way? It's to now say, okay, I told you they were terrorists. That was how we prescribe them. What exactly is the situation? Why can't there just be an end to this charade, this legal process that's taken like forever? What's going on? Why is it dragging? Is it the absence of justices of the Supreme Court? Is it the absence of lawyers? Is it the absence of, are they so busy right now with, I don't even know what, because the election tribunal is still at the appeal level. I mean, for the presidential election. So I don't even know what the situation may be that is causing all of this drama that is unfolding. So what is going on? Why can't there just be an end? Let's okay, oh, we have reached a deal with him, maybe a political solution like this or something. But we cannot continue every day. There is Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, the story we're taking off from later on in the show on this same issue has to do with his health. Right now, a doctor says he needs surgery. We're talking about El Zakzaki and his wife and several other issues just lying there. The question is, if you feel that you cannot control what these people would do in terms of where if you release them, they're going to go back to their old ways, why don't you give it a shot? Have some form of agreement undertaken with them, and not even like, okay, if that, don't you drop a roadmap to say this is not going to happen, this is not going to happen, and if this happens, this will happen. What is the essence of keeping him in detention? I honestly don't know. Or could it be that the government thinks that by keeping Nnamdi Kanu in detention is going to water down or like slow his followers down and all of that? But guess what? Everyday people are harmed. Over the weekend in Onitsha, we saw what happened in Onitsha. An innocent security man was stray bullets hit him. As vehicles were burned. You're creating more room for vulnerability in the southeast, because aside the Monday sit at home that has caused so much, with the government hasn't even dealt with, by the way. If you bring that back to the issue of the issues of unknown gunmen and other rhetorics, whatever name they call themselves, that is playing out in the southeast right now. the silence of the government of Nigeria, that of what Simon Ekpa is doing with those who he controls in the name of the IPOP faction, by the way, or Biafra faction. I wouldn't know now. Look at that of BIM, Biafra Independent Movement, and Mosob of Wazirike in Owerri, Imo State, and the issues arising from that across board. These are little foxes that are growing into major arrows that are causing all kinds of issues. And then tomorrow, when there are breakouts, and of course, don't forget the part of conflict entrepreneurs that can hatch on this and begin to turn it into what it's not supposed to be in the first place. So I don't know if it's possible for, I don't even know what can be done, but can there be an end to this Nnamdi Kanu issues? Like, can there be an end? This is May. You're pushing this to September. What exactly is your plan? What exactly is the idea behind all of this? Why? Does it mean that the fate of the people of Southeast, what people are going through in Southeast, does not mean anything to the judiciary or the Nigerian government? I don't know, but there are a lot of, beyond Nnamdi Kanu's expression of sadness and displeasure over the pushing this is beyond Nnamdi Kanu. There are majority of individuals, business owners, people who live in the Southeast, who are affected by all of this. I know the reputation of Nigeria may not mean anything to the government, but there are a lot of people who are affected by what is going on with Nnamdi Kanu. Can you do the needful? Are you going to imprison him? Then let this court process come to an end. Do that. If not, if you're going to release him, let him released. People are asking to see, they've even threatened you. I think that's a Biafra, something BNL, something the Biafra League, who are saying that they're going to shut down the marine economy of between Nigeria and Cameroon, I think. I think that was sometime last week, talking about how they're going to, that if Nnamdi Kanu is not released before May 29th, or how they have the arsenal within them to do whatever they want to do. Or you could say, okay, the Nigerian military can go there. Are we talking about the military that just said last week too that they don't have the capacity to quell the insecurity issues in Nigeria, that are calling for international help to take care of issues of insecurity within Nigeria? Local insecurity is not even external. Is that the Nigerian army that you're saying, okay, that will not have to tear themselves into a million places? They are fighting the BNL around the Cameroon, Nigeria-Cameroon maritime waters, and then they are in the Southeast. If there is an uprising with the way the Nigerian government is going about all of this Nnamdi Kanu right now, do we have the capacity to quell the situation? That's the big question here. How many people are you going to kill? I don't know, but there are a lot of issues around, little issues that makes one uncomfortable when you look at where Nigeria is at today. Do we have the capacity to manage these situations? Or why is the government keeping quiet? Why can't there just be an alternative way, a different approach to dealing with this Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOP issue? Why? Because I don't understand why you think that silence and continued detention of this man is going to stop anything. I honestly call on everyone to use every opportunity to begin to call the attention of government on some of these things, because they are in Aso Rock, they are in high and mighty places. They are not the ones that are affected by the consequences of their actions. It is those of us who are here, who go to the market and may be exposed to stray bullets, whose goods may be destroyed in the process of all of this, whose economy is being affected without government being held responsible in any way. Something has got to be done, and I hope that Igbo leaders will stop playing politics, playing to the gallery, and actually begin to do the needful.